Hello, music multiverse listeners. Welcome to Beyond Your Radio, and let's go over the border into the red and white wonderland of Canada to check out some more great albums that you may or may not know. Welcome to Albums from the Leaf 2024. This is episode 5. As always, with us here at Beyond Your Radio, it's any genre or style. Now, I'm not going to go into crazy banter like I had before because I believe one of our people that subscribed said I banter too much. I think she lives with me too. On the panel tonight, it's the man who knows it's hip to be square, the Grateful Dude, the man who knows of Dan Daou, Jeff Young of Florida. Gentlemen, how are we?
Peace, love, and Bobby Sherman.
Oh. And wow, look at you all decked out in glitter.
I'm not glitter.
Oh, it happened on your phone. It did that thing.
Oh, no, he does that stupid thing. So,
So how about it? We have finally met the age of our panelists and subscribers. That's right. We're at 70. That's right. No more jokes about 69. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to get us to 70. And you lollygaggers out there, hey, come on, join us for real. Let's start off.
And for those 70 that are subscribed, Mark will send out his address and phone number. You can come for dinner anytime.
That's right. That's right. We're serving catfish.
Absolutely.
Don't know why.
Hush puppies.
Yes, that's it. So let's start off. Let's go with the Grateful Dude.
Okie dokie.
Since it's 70. Let's do it that way.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, I was just getting up my notes here. I am doing an album from 2022 from a band I think I've heard of, but I don't know much of. And I guess they're the 8th most popular band in Canada from what I'm reading. And the name is Arcade Fire. And the album is We, which is their last album. And they've toured now 2 years. Because the lead singer, Will, got in a little trouble with the ladies and saying things and doing things he shouldn't do. So he's temporarily taking a hiatus from the band. So 2 of the older members are filling in, and they're doing a concert tour of mostly South America. And then the end of their tour, they end up in the East Coast around Atlanta and the southern states. I've never heard them before. The style of music is, I call it alternative indie electronic. So that's the best way I can go with it. Their music is good for dancing. I do like the voices of the 2 singers. They're very good. I enjoy the music. Some of the tracks of We I recognized either, I don't know, on an elevator. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but they were familiar enough. But for a person who's never listened to them, would I listen to them again? Probably. They have I'm sure, their time and place. Maybe they'd be good for mowing the lawn. I don't know yet. We'll find that out. But no, it's something I knew nothing of, and listened to the whole album, and I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, this is a band in constant evolution. It seems to me they've grown from where they were with Funeral, and which was basically an indie hard rock, indie rock record. Now there's more sounds, and the Suburbs. I love that one. Reflector was amazing. Was a great record. If we were going to rank this one, Reflector would be my choice. But We was a great 2022 record. Had its variety in sounds. Doesn't stay in one place on the palette.
Yeah, it doesn't stay in one genre at all. It likes to play around. Plus, I don't think that "We" is a lot like their other albums. I listened to little tastes of the other ones, and it seems to be they're on a different planet.
Yeah. On this one, yeah, I don't the change of members. I didn't follow. I just seems like there's a constant revolution of those.
Well, according to
So,
Wikipedia, they have like 14 members that come in and come out.
mhm.
And for this tour they're on now, they lost Will, so they brought in two others to fill in. But they have such a good mix of organ, piano, and synthesizer. So that always kind of good, especially if you're trying to do electronic rock.
Yeah. Jeff, have you seen them at all? I can't remember if you.
No, I haven't.
No. All right. Well, excellent choice. I don't like the cover. That big eyeball thing. That didn't do anything.
I actually like it. I might blow
You
it up
like
and put
that?
it back in my bar. I haven't decided yet. So,
Oh yeah, the all-seeing eye. Although their eye doesn't even. It's probably the eye of a animal. Probably not even a human. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it's Sauron.
What is that?
I have Sauron.
I am the eye of.
I am Soren. Yeah.
Mr. Young, what did you bring us today?
So I went with the album from '97, Karma from Delirium. So Delirium, they're new age ambient, sort of electronic musical. They're a duo that formed in 87 originally as a side project from Frontline Assembly, that industrial band. But
Yeah.
they've been around a long time. But some people have come and gone. But I wasn't sure how to describe them, so I looked to see what other people said to describe them. And the two things I found were the musical style has encompassed a broad range, including dark, ethereal, ambient trance, voiceless, industrial soundscapes. I like the word soundscapes,
Yeah.
and electronic pop music. Then another writer wrote an impressive combination of technological manipulation, human touch that'll bring you to a moody and complex energy. But yeah, it's good. It's like you're gonna get a wide variety of instruments on this 11 track album. And it's their ninth album, but you got sounds from like nature, like even just simple birds chirping. They actually literally recorded Gregorian chants in a studio for this album. You'll hear a harp, choir voices, bass. You'll hear some synthesizer, but not over synthesized instruments. You'll hear chimes. You'll hear male and female vocalists. You'll hear bongos, different kinds of percussion and wind instruments, even like sort of a dance beat in some of them. And it has a variety of vocalists, like guest vocalists.
Yeah.
So the ones of note would be what do we got here? So obviously the biggest one is Sarah McLachlan. She does Silence. It's their biggest hit they've ever had. And actually one of Sarah McLachlan's backup singers, Camille Henderson, who originally was in the Vancouver band West End Girls, and later became one of her backup singers. She actually does lead on one of these songs as well. And then they also had Lisa Gerard from Dead Can Dance, and then they had Jackie Hunt, who was from a Vancouver band called Single Gun Theory, and one other one was Christy Thirsk. A lot of these names I'm not really even familiar with, but pretty interesting. She's did like 4 songs, but she had already, before she joined Delirium, had already won a Juno Award for Best Alternative Album. The album was Shiver by a band called the Rose Chronicles. So she had put out 2 albums with them first. But and then actually the last track, the 11th track, it's called Till the End of Time. It contains samples of Caught a Light Sneeze by Tori Amos. But it's
I don't remember that. That's great. I don't remember that.
yeah, it's like I said, it's got 11 tracks. They range from 4 to 8, 9 minutes, some of them, but it's a 72 minutes of music. It's good. It's like really something that you could. Most of it's something you want. Like so, I like the term soundscapes because it's good background music, good stuff. I mean, the two songs, Firefly and the Sarah McLachlan song Sounds, they're the more typical song track band, something you would hear on the radio, what you could hear anywhere, but it's not like more just soundscapes. But it's a great variety. But while all the songs and tracks have similarities, they're a wide variety and very eclectic within themselves too. But it's a good listen. It's easy listen, and it's pleasant and it's unobtrusive. It's just nice to listen to. I mean, it's funny. Like I haven't listened to this particular album so long, and I forgot how much I liked it. I used to listen to it a lot when I was younger when it first came out. But
Mhm.
it's the ninth album. They have tons of albums. I've seen where it's been written several times that really the first seven albums are like, you know, first 7 to 10 albums are their best. I haven't listened to a lot of the others since then, um, but yeah, it's just good. Especially I guess they still pull in guest vocalists, and they've done that since like their sixth or seventh album. But
Yeah. The woman from Sixpence None the Richer, I believe, has done work with them. Singer from the Cardigans, maybe.
oh really?
Yeah, maybe if I remember. The first albums are, I want to say they're mostly instrumental. This is a progressive band, by technical aspects of how they produce and deliver the music. But they use a heavy electronic and atmospheric. This is atmospheric progressive rock. No question. Very, very new and with new age tilt. So that's Silence and Firefly and the other ones that got radio play. That's sort of like hinting to the people to come inside, right? Giving them a little
Yeah.
the thing that they crave and then pulling them in, which is a good idea for bands, I think. You don't have to that they didn't write those as hit singles. They're still true to the band, but they're more of a radio friendly play.
Yeah, what's interesting about this type of band is a lot of these types of genre bands, it's so dependent upon electronics and like I've seen Delirium and they use all these instruments,
Yeah.
so it's really interesting.
When did you see them?
Long time ago, I'd have to look like I don't have
Wow.
handy,
How
but
did I not go?
it was in a weird place. It was like the Fun House in Lackawanna or some crazy little place.
I must have been involved in something. I would have went to that, I would have thought, but my bad. That now that you said that, that's one of my great regrets now. Damn it. That's up there with Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, I know. I have a long list of things I wish I'd seen.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna knock off Living Color, I think, here, so that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right. So, that's a great choice. Good album. Really good album. And all their albums are pretty solid. So I am going to go into one of my favorite Canadian albums of all time today. Um, this band is considered to me the Eagles of Canada, but I believe they are far better than the Eagles. Some of their parts are very more genuine, and in touch with the reality of life. And while they have the dark edge, they have a tremendous vocalist in Jim Cuddy, and the troubled, darker vocalist in Greg Kalir. And that, of course, is the band Blue Rodeo, and this is Lost Together. This album, you know, I think it was their fourth record. I don't even remember the year. I want to say 92, maybe somewhere around there. Um, so you've got, like I said, the Eagles. So you're immediately, but this is the Eagles, not the first couple albums. This is more the Hotel California and later. But they go darker than the Eagles do. The piano playing is much more intricate and and developed and amazing. This album, this was the last one with Bob Wiseman, but then they had their first to feature their drummer Glenn Mitchell, Milcham, and then they added steel guitar player Kim Deschamps. So this album was nominated for the Juno Award, the album of that year in 1993. During the COVID-19 pandemic in Canada, the CBC organized a release to have people do the Great Canadian Sing-Along. And of this title track, which is Lost Together, which is the #1 song from that album, with several hundred Canadians actually submitting videos of themselves singing this song in their homes for the inclusion in the final mix. So I'm going to tell you that Lost Together has a special place in my heart. It was the song chosen for the dance of our wedding parties for my wife and I's wedding in 1996. Yes, it was a heavy Canadian, list. As a matter of fact, there were Canadians that were there, and they're like, "Wow, I felt like I was at home." They do run the gamut of a slight hint of country, a heavy rock, pop, darker melodies, and extreme. Just the piano organ crunching is fantastic. Fools Like You, Restless, but the one that got me always is this song, Willin' Fool, which has this very dark, macabre piece in it that says something to the effect that, you kind of remind me of those weirdos in a German film. Yeah, you're that cool, smirking weirdo with the voices in his head. And just the dark psychedelic of it that it comes across. The band has been around a very long time. They continue on their paths still to this day. Both Jim Cuddy and Greg Kohler have had solo albums, and Sarah McLachlan, of note, has joined the band multiple times for albums to play. And I don't know if she came in on this one or not. I think it was the next one she came in on. Dark Angel is on that. She sang backup vocals. So Blue Rodeo's Lost Together, one of my favorite Canadian albums of all time. I think it was #3 overall in Canada that year at its highest peak. I know it's 2 times platinum in Canada. The band used to play around here quite a bit. I want to recommend that if you were to start with this album, that'd be a very good place to start. Their #1 song of all time is Diamond Mine. And when they play that live, it's sort of like the No Sympathy for the Devil and how they get it done. Jeff, have you seen the band live? I can't remember if you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen them either with you or Kevin.
With Kevin, yeah. So I want to thank my panelists tonight for obviously doing this, jumping across the border to Canada. We'll do this again in 2 weeks. Hopefully the ladies will be able to join us this time. My wife is in Austin, Texas on a marketing trip. Please like and comment. Let us know how we're doing. Tell your friends. Hey, what were the Canadian albums from the Leaf that you would have been listening to or you would have suggested? Love to hear what those are. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and I have not listened to them all, not even close. I'm hoping that somebody brings one that I had no idea of and turns me on to a band. We'd love for you to subscribe so you can check out more of these programs, like the daily album for today, which I'm doing every day. And this month, it's March Madness themed. So today's album, of course, was from the band Madness. Don't miss Thursday's album listen challenge between the 2 gentlemen who are on the channel tonight as they bring out Silent Radar versus Aoxamora from the group.
Close enough for horseshoes.
Yeah.
And
Gonna be a great
there,
show. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And I'll be missing 3 weeks out there, so we will bring you stories from Japan when I come back.
All right, maybe we'll do albums from Japan. There's some great ones there.
Now
Album from the Sun.
Here, we'll start with Hiroshima, one of my favorite bands.
Oh yes, excellent. So Go beyond your radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thank you for watching. Happy listening.